section. This is the last round of the vintage tournament. Then we are gonna go straight to the top eight. And we are gonna be watching Jan Zuzuska with his blue-red Delver again against Karsten Kotter with
Kotler.
Kotter.
Kotler. There is no.
Kottler. Okay. Karsten Kottler with his uh, Storm combo deck.
We already saw both of those
Yep.
players on camera, but since this is the only match that is playing for top 8, we chose to put them in the future
Yeah.
match once again anyway.
All the other players through so into the top eight. So we are gonna go with these guys.
It's once again the matchup between aggro deck and a combo deck basically.
Yep.
So it's gonna be an issue of is Jose gonna be able to kill him before he assembles his combo. Let's see if he has a turn 1 delivery this time.
And let's see if he plays it.
If he plays it, yeah.
I think like
Looks like the
I
Kotler
think
is
he will
taking him,
because
I guess.
Yeah, Cutler doesn't play any out of druid stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why can I think of I'm not saying this right like why not to play Delver on turn one if you're against out is that you don't want to get out on your opponent's turn like he's gonna untap play out and he doesn't even have to have the orchard because you already have a creature.
Yeah.
So that might be the only reason. But if you have the counter magic backup, there's no reason for that. The question is who's going first? Do you have any idea? I think.
I don't know. Either way, I know the Kotler took a mulligan, but
Yep. We'll see.
which is huge in this matchup. Like,
It is, yeah.
anytime you're a combo deck, or like basically any synergistic deck, like going down to 6 always hurts a little bit more than it would hurt the other decks. But
The third decks, yeah.
but the vintage cards are so powerful that it might not matter.
Yeah, if you are down to 5 with like ancestral and treasure cruise in your hand, that's probably okay, I think.
It looks like the one with the ancestral is Uzi. So I would just assume that the game is probably not gonna be very close from this point. Like being able to play ancestral on a play with a Mox against a mulligan to 6, it's just gotta be huge. Is Preordain restricted in Vintage?
Yes, it is. No, it is not. You can pay for it. But
Really?
Ponder is, I think.
Okay, yeah, he plays for Preordain, so
Yeah,
that
I
makes
think
sense.
Ponders, Brainstorms, and like basically the draw 3 card mana spells in Vintage, they are all restricted. So it's basically just Ponder and Brainstorm.
I mean, Preordain isn't even that much worse than a Ponder. It's still worse, but not by a lot.
Yeah, well, enough for people of Wizards for not to restrict it. So
Yeah.
oops.
They should really shuffle that or something.
Yeah, there is a Mox and we all know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
but-
knew it with a Preordain.
Oh, that was a spry, yeah.
I mean, so he probably just should keep it there if he wants to.
I'm not sure what is the ruling here, but we will definitely get it from a judge as fast as possible.
I think the ruling is to just keep the card there.
Yeah.
Like it's your fault that you revealed to your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. I think so.
I mean, He didn't get any advantage by showing it to his opponent. It's basically just advantage to your opponent.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Well, no turn one Delver for Susie this time. So let's see how it is gonna end up for him because
I mean,
Delver is like definitely the card you wanna have in turn one.
yeah, but he has like 7 cards and his
Yeah,
opponent has
I
like
know.
3. So.
The card advantage is definitely huge. Like for Carsten being on a mulligan and then get an ancestral on turn one from Suzy.
Yeah, also the
That's
cards that he has in
huge.
hand is Mystical Tutor, and he has a Petal in play.
Yeah.
None of those is particularly good at, card advantaging.
Yep.
And here comes Strip Mine. Well,
Actually, I think it was Wasteland, but it doesn't really matter.
okay. I don't think this is a place Wasteland, so I dabbed it.
Okay.
He
Well,
personally
if
wants
he
Strip
does
Mine.
not face Wasteland, that was definitely not a Wasteland, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Does he?
No, he plays on the
Okay.
Strip Mine.
Okay, so that was a strip mine.
Strip Mine is just so good.
Really, Peter? Is he?
It's insane. I don't know.
Really? Wow. You must be really good at Magic to tell that,
Yeah.
right? Because you wouldn't tell, if you don't understand Magic, that strip mine is really good. I'd much rather have like 6/6 for 8 mana than strip mine. Strip mine doesn't kill your opponent. 6/6.
Yeah.
That's a six finger. How about you, Peter? What do you think about that?
I don't know. I like
strip mine
6/6.
better? Yeah, me too. Who needs strip mine when you can just kill your opponents? Oh, and yeah, thunder is restricted. Yeah. Well, this is casting Snapcaster now, so I imagine he's gonna target the Ancestral Recall.
Yeah. Presently.
This is sick. This is just so sick.
Yeah, Snapcasting bug on the street is just a dream.
Yeah, I mean like that's the Ancestral Recall is the card why Snapcaster what Snapcaster Mage was printed for, right? Like there is no better target.
That is his best friend, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. He decides to
Is
mana
it
drain.
like you and me, Peter? Or even better?
Maybe even better.
Maybe even
He
better.
decides to mana drain the Ancestral Recall instead of the Snapcaster, which is interesting. He's probably
Yeah.
playing around the second Snapcaster.
Yeah.
Um, I'm
No.
not sure if he can beat the second Snapcaster, so he might have been better off to just, mana draining the Snapcaster. I don't know. But either way, the game is not looking very close.
Yeah. This deck looks sweet, like it looks like a really good deck. Do you think like it's really the best deck in the format right now?
Oh, I'm not sure. Like it definitely has some bad matchups, like Out of Druids, for example, but the deck
Yeah.
is definitely really good.
Yeah. What is
What
that?
is it?
A
Gush.
gush.
Yeah.
Foil gushes. And full Japanese gushes, that's it. I don't know, maybe just foil gushes, because I'm not even sure if there were Japanese foils in masks. I know
Probably.
I know the first foil cards were printed in the Urza block, right? Um,
I wasn't even born then, so I don't know.
You wasn't? No, you.
I know
You
I
were
was, but
alive.
like,
I mean, like I already played Magic, or I started playing cards around like the Urza block.
okay.
So and I was like 12, and you're not 12, or maybe 10, and you're not 10 years
I
younger
don't
than
even
me.
know like how long ago it was when the Urza block was in standard. Like,
Oh, it's like 1999, then
okay.
1998 maybe.
I know the order of the additions to the Mirrodin, and I don't really know anything besides that. Like, if there is invasion before Mask or whatever, I don't really know anything about that.
Was
Like,
that
I don't know the order of the additions
in masks?
besides the Mirrodin. Like, if you tell me that there is the mask were before invasion or the other way around,
I think
I just wouldn't know.
oh no, masks were before invasion, and the block was I think mask, prophecy, and the one with the X. No,
Yeah,
the one where stop. No, stop. No,
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't probably
yeah,
matter.
it doesn't matter really.
Let's focus on the game. He comes to Thoughtseize. He's probably gonna get spell pierced. Um, I'm not even sure how the spell pierce the Thoughtseize. Like the spell pierce is probably gonna be hard counter anyway, and he at least takes the damage of Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
Like the card that he's gonna take with Thoughtseize is probably gonna have pretty like similar value to spell pierce,
As the spell pierce, yeah, I
and he
agree.
also takes 2 damage.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Zeus's hand is just stacked.
Is it is
Is this spell pierce foiled or not? Doesn't look like it. Oh, it is. Okay, okay.
yeah.
You know, it just would be weird that he has foiled all of those expensive cards and he wouldn't have the foil spell pierce, but it turns out they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now you can see the Snapcaster that dealt, I don't know, like 8 damage by this point. Like, had he mana drained it, on turn 2 instead of the Ancestral, he might have been in much better shape.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
the Snapcaster might actually go to the distance here. And here's Deck Faden, which is gonna be pretty good against a mana screwed opponent with 2 Moxes.
Yeah. Pretty good, yeah, decent maybe. It's like maybe even better than the ancient gods because you get to keep the moxes and you can use them for
Yeah.
mana.
The one disadvantage to that is that even if you steal the blue mox, he can still tap it for mana, and then you won't be able to cast your spell pierces or
Yeah,
bypass,
that's true, that's true.
which lets you open to your some insane turn that can potentially kill you. So
Yep.
that might be a reason to not play Dark Faden until you have 4 lands to protect yourself with the spell pierces. Did you win? Okay.
He's casting brainstorm.
Andrei Strahatsky just advanced to 2-2 record in this Legacy tournament, so pretty good for him.
Yeah. Andrzej Skalski, he made a top 8 like recently on a pro tour.
And he
And
basically didn't win a single game after that.
yeah, but he didn't make a top 8 here, that's for sure. In any tournament he played, he didn't reach the top 8, so
I mean, he
shame
made
on you, Andrzej. Shame on
top
you.
32 at the
Yeah.
GP, so like it's actually not bad to not being able to win in these tournaments and then crush Pro Tours and Grand Prix.
Yeah.
I would definitely take that if I could.
Do you think like he has his plan? Like I'm gonna lose in the minor tournaments and I'm gonna win the pro tours.
Yeah, he's probably just charging up his luck pool. Then when he comes to the Pro Tour,
Yeah.
he just use it all. I don't know. And he probably comes to the Dick Faden.
Yeah.
It's like a
To be honest, I wasn't really paying attention to the game because this game is just done. There's no way Karsten Kotter is winning this
yeah.
one. Like he has a powerful planeswalker in play, more mana in play, a lot of.
Oh, did he just loot instead of stealing the Mox?
Oh, he did. Well, what's going
Wow,
on?
that's aggressive.
No, that's bad. That's not aggressive.
Yeah, it's
Why would
definitely
he do
bad.
that? Like, it basically says do a stone rain.
Yeah, the only reason to do that is if you know that your opponent have Hurkyl's Recall,
Yeah.
so that he can bounce his Moxes and replay them.
No, I would do
But
that anyway. Like, if your opponent is on 2 moxes, that means you force him to cast the recall now. Yeah, well,
the play is definitely bad. I'm just
yeah, sure.
trying to find a situation where it would be good.
maybe, and
or
also
better.
his hand was pretty decent, like pretty good. So why would you basically? Why do you need to lose if your
I think that
hand is good already? You know,
I
like
think that he
good
already
there.
knows that he won, so he just wants to have a little bit more fun with his deck fading.
Oh really?
And
He's maybe he's trying really hard to lose the game. He's like, okay, I'm definitely winning this game. That's for sure. Like, let's try if I can somehow lose it.
yeah, I'll give you a shot, dude.
Okay, but there's the level there, so at least some reasonable clock.
And he has nothing. So.
Yeah.
And flip for a bolt. Okay. Footler gotta be dead next turn, right?
Yep.
And the game is just over, so let's see what the players have for this
The
matchup.
two ancestral recalls done their thing,
Yeah.
and Susie leads 1-0. Well, remember this is a direct top 8 match, so whomever will win this one will advance into the top 8. So
I mean, Cutler is at 3-2 record, so even if he wins, he's not assured to be in
no,
the top
no,
8, but
no,
his
he is
tiebreakers
yeah,
are really good,
insane.
so we
Yeah,
assume that. So.
he is almost assured that he is gonna be there.
But let's see what they have to cyborg in this matchup. The Cutler has his Audrey Auto Druid package in his board, but Zuzi doesn't necessarily know that, so we will see if he decides to bring in the Nature's Claims or Dragon Predator.
Yeah.
Uh, I would assume not, but maybe he knows that he plays that. I don't know. But the Auto Druid package is almost certainly coming in.
Yeah,
Like
definitely. Yeah.
it's in a cyber for his matchup.
And
So.
yeah, exactly. Because it's way like more resilient against counter magic. It's basically a one card combo.
Yeah, Zuzi actually doesn't have too much in his cyber for like I guess like blue decks, no Fire Blast or anything like that. But he still have 4 Lightning Bolts in his main deck that doesn't do anything, so he might decide to bring in the
Mm.
Nature's Claim Predator anyway,
Hmm.
which would be really good against the Oaths. So he might accidentally have an answer for it in his deck,
Yeah.
which would be pretty sweet.
Accidentally,
I
get
mean,
lucky.
he's gonna bring it in to destroy Moxes
Yeah,
because
sure,
that's a
sure.
better effect than Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
But then your opponent just play Oath of Druids and you're looking at that Nature's Claim in your hand and you're just so happy.
Yeah, exactly. But is he really gonna side it in? That is the question.
So respond to that, please. Just.
you started with like, okay, this is under legacy, vintage is another topic which will come soon or something like this. And I have written to you, don't forget to propose what to play on Prague Eternal on vintage.
I just gave a general impression of what performance looks like next week. I don't really think I really know what he should play because I don't get to play vintage anymore. From here.
And you are not about to play vintage anymore?
I would
Yeah,
love
the deck fade play was definitely a mistake.
I'm not about that. I just don't get to play.
Well, anyway,
I don't follow as
we
well
are
as
gonna head back to the game 2 now. Players are shuffling for a long time, but I don't mind players shuffling for a long time in vintage games because the vintage games are so quick anyway.
Yeah.
Like once your opponent resolves 2 ancestrals and a crazy crazy, you probably know you're not gonna win. So.
Sorry?
Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like it's like the same thing in Legacy. Like whoever resolves their big spell first is probably gonna be able to protect themselves from his opponent doing that. So like basically, if you resolve Ancestral first, you're probably gonna find like a Fire Blast or Force of Will. Then you're gonna be able to stop your opponent Ancestral and just win from there. So the game usually tend to be pretty one-sided.
One, two. All right.
Sì, ne prendo una questa. The thing is that if you are afraid of Tinker, by destroying the land, the only card they can draw is Black Lotus. But if you don't destroy it, the only thing that they need is land or Mox. And like the fact that you can have a counter spell in your top 2 cards isn't that likely. So overall, the chance of them resolving the Tinker is lower if you destroy the land. So even if he has a Tinker in his hand, it's still better to just destroy the land. So. That's only accounting the fact that he has the Tinker, which he doesn't even play. So.
No, he does play a Tinker casting.
Really?
Yeah, because he plays Black Colossus, but
Okay.
even though if he has the Tinker, we assume he has to have a Tinker in hand.
Draws Lotus.
Black Lotus on the top, and even then, it is still better to take his box away because, as Peter said, if you take him the box, you leave him with Black box only 1 mana. If you Black box.
Well, Black Lotus only like is only draw that he can draw.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you steal the monks, your opponent is only left with the other monks. So a land or a Lotus Petal doesn't like give him the 3 mana he needs for the Tinker, right?
Yeah. If you assume that he has a Tinker in hand, which is probably the only card that you can lose to at that point, it's way more likely that he's gonna not resolve it by destroying the land, because at that point he needs the Black Lotus as the only card that produces more than 1 mana.
Yeah.
So.
For zero.
Yeah. If you don't destroy the land, they can just easily rip land. You miss on the counter magic in those top 2 cards, and you can just die.
And as we said, Susie already did have first of course, we don't really need another one.
Yeah,
like this.
Yeah, you should assume that he has a first of all also, because if he doesn't, then he's just dead.
But then then he has to have like Tinker, Lotus on the top, and 2 first of all, and 2 blue cards to pitch in, and
well that he
only
that's
has
what
3
he needs
cards
either
in
way.
hand, right? Yeah.
He always needs to have a first of all of his own if he wants to win.
Yeah.
So if that's true, you should just assume that he has it.
Yeah. Well, the second game going a little bit better for Costa now. I mean, like
Yeah,
he at least has his lands and he's doing some action. But Gush here resolves. I imagine Zuzi has still
once
2
again
mana
he is
left.
down on cards. He has like 2 cards left in his hand.
Yeah, exactly. And
Like,
Zuzi has grip full of cards, and I see 3 first of will, so Zuzi like can counter like whatever he wants, basically.
yeah. Like even though Black Lotus is a great card, at the end of the day, it's just a card disadvantage. If they counter the spell that you use the mana on, it's just gonna be a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Either way you look at it, so.
Yeah, I can imagine, again, I can imagine losing this game, like,
Not there.
he's so
I mean,
far
it's
ahead on cards and so far ahead on,
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
board that it's
It's
gonna
way
be,
more passable than it was in the previous game, but it's still
yeah,
pretty unlikely.
yeah.
Like I don't even know what oh, there is a time block. Jeez.
Yeah, the results. Cheese.
What is the card next to Delver? Is that the Graviticus Cage?
Yeah, the sketch, yes.
Okay, so he probably knows about the auto druids after
Yeah, yeah.
from Cyber.
I mean,
Or it may be just because of a tinker. But
well, it's also that's the thing. Like, you don't have to really solve this problem because Gavdigus Cage is good against Tinker and against Auto too, right? So.
yeah, I don't think the Graviticus Cage is good enough card just to tinker. Because if they see it, they can just search for something else. But if you know that they have auto druid, then it's great.
It also stops Yagmothville, right?
Like sure, probably. Yeah. Okay. Then it's like then it might be
Yeah,
fine.
because like casting could praise both Yagmothville and.
What the thing is that you at that point you will have to cyborg out your Snapcaster Mage.
Yep.
Which I don't really like to do.
But you don't have to really. Sure.
I mean, it's not like the cage is so good that you can make an argument that if you have cage you're winning anyway.
No, that's not true.
So having a 2-1 in your deck after you play Gavrika's cage is kind of loose.
But does it? Does it stop?
It definitely stops Snapcaster.
No, yeah, but I mean, well, this can yeah, it will stop. It stops will as well. So surprise, surprise, Gavdigger case is really good.
I mean, I personally don't like it very much, but
On a
if
vintage, you don't have something
if he
like
knows that he has the auto druid, then it's great.
Well,
if he doesn't, I don't like it.
I remember when I played the mono white deck, like all the hate bears deck in vintage.
Yeah.
There were 4 Gavdigger cages main decks. Which like
That's a little bit different though.
Yeah, it was like it is different. Like the deck works in a completely different way. But I wasn't really happy with them. That's for sure. Because when you meet like the Bug Delvers and like the Blue Red Delvers, the cage is really bad. And you basically have like 4 dead cards in your deck. But there are matchups where it shines, like against Auto Druids or against like the Will combos.
Or Dredge.
Or Dredge, yeah.
I don't think that Dredge my index anyway to deal with Gavrika's cage, so.
Yeah. And here's a tutor from Carsten Cutler. The second best tutor ever printed, I would say. Vampire tutor.
Yeah. I mean, it's questionable whether Dictator Time isn't just a better tutor.
Yep.
But well, Dulcis is a reasonable start, but
Well,
still not gonna be enough.
But
Obviously.
Carsten is only on for life now, so.
Also, surprisingly enough, Dulcis isn't great against Force of Will, because usually you have, if you have like 2 forces and a blue card, the Dulcis actually doesn't do anything. You still have 1 counter that you had
Yeah,
previously.
exactly.
They
Yeah, it's like there is no way he's losing his game. This is like I don't know, the most insane draw ever against a combo deck.
Yeah. But that's what it deck does after board. Like you just turn into this deck with creatures, card draw, and disruption.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all you get.
Like the deck is really sweet.
Yeah.
Like this disease deck, I like it. I like it almost as much as I like the Hex Mage combo from yesterday. The combo.
No, that deck was even better. That deck
Okay,
was great.
it was an insane deck. I liked it a lot.
You just went all in on the Hexmage combo.
Yeah.
You basically just played tutor effects for lands and then Hexmages, nothing else.
Yeah. So
It's
you
just fun.
will be absolutely def.
He comes the fast one, which I think he should let resolve.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but hand this deck, like it's and also Karsten only has 2 cards in hand left, I think, and with 3 counter spells back up, I think you don't really care about fast one at all. But just is thinking about it, like is he gonna No, it
I mean, the
resolves.
card looks scary,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it resolves. Now
you just need to think about what is gonna.
Totsis you don't care about either, right?
Yeah, you just let it resolve.
Yeah, you just let it resolve.
Like it's gonna take a counter, so countering it doesn't accomplish
No,
anything.
but it's like way better to let it resolve because it drops cards into
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you, so it's like you have a lethal delver on the turn, on the table.
That's the
Yeah,
game.
that's the game.
Alright, congratulations to Susie.
He advances to top 8.
Once again.
Once again, yeah. He's gonna be really happy and we are very happy with him. So if you are happy to tune us in the top 8 matches, we'll be back in 20 minutes. Bye.
See you then.